Welcome back to the vlog. I wasn't sure what to talk about today, but I've just had the figures through from the day at the pub at the Russell Arms Day, so that was perfect. It gave me something to talk about. I think today may have been our worst financial day ever. I'm not sure about that. I might have to check through the records, but I think today could be the worst takings we've ever had. £153 in the whole day. That is not good. However, I was looking back through TikTok and back through my photos of this time last year, and obviously I've got the figures for this time last year, and I know that I'm pretty sure that the first week in February was when I started to panic last year, where I started thinking, shit, what are we going to do? No one's coming, no one's eating out, barely anyone's drinking out, and I started thinking, what are we going to do, what are we going to do, what are we going to do? Then the week later, I mean, we made loads of plans, what we might do to try and do stuff to try and get people through a door. Then Valentine's came, we were fully booked, stacked out, we had a really good day, and then literally from February till September, it felt like we didn't stop. We were busy every single, we had really good weeks, and it was kind of, we were over it. But this kind of panic period in hospitality, I don't think it ever goes away. This feeling, and people always say January is really bad. January wasn't too bad. People were still coming out. People were still eating out. People were still drinking out. I think it's February when people start feeling that pinch a little bit, because they've had a really, quite often people get paid, don't they, the week before they normally do in December. A lot of companies will pay a week early, which means you've got a week later in January, which made me think January would be terrible. It wasn't. People were still out spending, but I think they've kind of crawled their way to payday in January, and then it's like, right, shit. First week of February is like, right, got to be sensible and keep hold of the money at the start of this month and not go to spanky all. So I think that first week of February is like staying in time, and then it starts to loosen, and then you kind of got into March, you got your Mother's Day, then we start thinking about Easter, then all of a sudden it's April, the sun's coming out a bit more, beer gardens come into play, the weather starts to feel a bit better, then we're into May, then we got bank holidays, some Mondays off, going to get pissed up on a Sunday, and then we're into June, then we start thinking about the World Cup, then we got July, August, we're well into summer, beer gardens, music, barbecues, and no one cares about money then. Everyone's just out having a great time, and that's kind of what, we've got to look forward to that. But that's what we've got to do. We've got to plan for, we've got to make things happen for that. I've got loads of ideas for this year at the pub. I think it's going to be great. We had a really positive meeting on Sunday at the pub where everyone, well, a lot of people were there, not everyone, but a lot of people were there, giving their ideas. We're meeting again in a couple of weeks. And it's all about kind of everyone throwing their ideas into a hat. Anything, doesn't really matter what it is, whether it's daft, you think it's daft, throw it out there. And even if it's not quite right, we might be able to work it into something that is right. And it was really good to kind of get some really positive ideas and positive feedback on what we're thinking about doing. I think the guys seem to be quite invested. Well, they do seem to be really invested in the new menu we're going for, and the fact we've got some events coming up. We've got live music every Saturday, all the way through till the end of the summer holidays. So I'm really excited about where we're going and what we're going to do. And a lot of people have spoken to me about a second pub, because I have mentioned about a second pub. And if people have seen on my Instagram or TikTok, on my pinned, I've put this list of 50 things that I want to try and do in 2026. And one of them was to take on a second pub. Now, obviously at the moment it's tough. Taking on a second pub would be a strange decision. However, due to the problems within the industry, there are a lot of empty pubs, which means there are a lot of pubs that people don't want to be empty. So I did go look, I did go and look at a pub today, which has got huge potential. It would be totally different to the Russell Arms. It would be in essence, it would be a sports bar, which would be a kind of a bit of, a total kind of dream for me, exactly the kind of thing I want to do. I love the Russell Arms. I love what we're doing there. I love the idea of it, the kind of food, the foodie place. 'Cause obviously, that's, you know, I'm a foodie at heart. But I'm also a sports lover. So this is another kind of like massive passion project that would be a great fit for me. So kind of watch this space. It is definitely moving at pace. No deal has been done yet, but it's getting there, and it's going to be really exciting if it happens. Obviously worrying as well because of the times we're in, but because of the times we're in, there's deals out there. Like you can get, if you want to start your own business, shop around. Like if you're looking to if you want a shop unit and you see one that's been empty for a long time, don't pay the rent that's going in there. Make a deal with your landlord. Speak to them and say, well, listen, it can either sit empty for another year, or I can go in there and try and make it happen, do something with it. But you've got to look after me. You've got to give me some help. Like, you know, let me in for a fraction of the rent. If we're doing all right, then we can look at the rent the next year. But there's always deals out there, and I think at the moment there's massive deals to be done because no one wants to see a place empty. If you've got an idea, if you've got a dream, go for it. And if you do it well, people will come. I mean, do you know what? I obviously on TikTok and stuff, the Spud thing's been crazy. So Spudman started it all off, doing his lives. He went viral. The Spud Bros have also done incredible. Because I had it on. And that what they've done has kind of shown to other businesses that if you can do lives and use social media well, then you can grow your business massively and move into other areas. Now, at the moment, there's a place I follow called the Corner Sandwich, I think, in Rotherham, and he's basically he's got this northern accent. He doesn't say pork, he says pork, and he has a steak Canadian. He's got all these other catchphrases, and he's brilliant. He's just making standard breakfast sandwiches that you find in sandwich shops up and down the country everywhere. He's not doing anything different. He's just filming it, talking about it. He's got a really good way with words, and he films it well, and he's popping off, and it's great. And people are coming from all over the place to come and have one of his sandwiches. If QPR were playing Rotherham, if they were in the same league, I would 100% be there to go and have a sandwich off him because it's the kind of place that I want to go, and anyone can do that. There's a fudge place on the Isle of Wight. I keep seeing him going live. He just makes his fudge, and what a talker he is. All he's doing is doing fudge. The way he makes fudge, it's exactly the same every time he makes it, but he talks you through it. And this is the thing about a TikTok Live. People are joining all the time. And he's got a great way of saying, oh, if you're just joining me, this is what I'm doing now. And he just keeps talking about his products, and you can see, and his product looks amazing. His fudge looks amazing. And you can see, as he's getting more and more confident in front of the camera, all of a sudden the TikTok sign has appeared in the window, as seen on TikTok. And people are coming to his business because they've seen him. Kids in the Isle of Wight, oh, are we going there? Can we go and visit the TikTok fudge guy? And he's people that would never have known about him or never would have known about his business are now finding him and going to see him, and he would never have had those people. So fair play to him. And social media is such a powerful tool for driving people to your business, and I think Spudman's there's a lot of people that should thank him for showing what it can bring to a business in terms of just going live. You don't have to show everyone in the queue, just going live, showing what you're making, getting some Meta glasses. They might feel like a big investment, but they're not. They're about 250 quid. Get some Meta. If you're in that business, get some Meta glasses, film yourself making some stuff, post it online, keep posting it every single day, and you just never know what can happen. And, you could blow up, and just take a chance. That's all. I think that was kind of where I was going with that. Just take a chance. But I've kind of gone off a bit of a tangent. I am going to go now because I'm watching House of the Dragon, and I'm quite into it. So I'm gonna watch it. But I'm also gonna have a chicken sandwich. I'm gonna cook myself some chicken. There's Mrs. May in there. Hello. Say hello to the vlog.
Hi.
And
With Reg.
And Reggington. So I am going to go. But thanks very much for watching. And I will see you tomorrow. What day is it tomorrow? Is it?
Wednesday.
No, it's Wednesday tomorrow. I was about to say, surely it can't be bloody Thursday already. That'd be great. I've got to go to the barber's tomorrow. I've got to sort this beard out. I've got to sort my hair out, and I'm hoping my legs are going to be back. They feel much better already tonight, so I'm hoping to get back out running tomorrow, because I need to go and do a run tomorrow if I feel better. So that's it. Take care. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you all tomorrow.